You ready? Let's go. 2-minute daily devo for Wednesday, April 20th. I'm in the New International Version today, and our verse of the day comes from the book of James, chapter 1, verses 2 and 3. Here's what it says. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, when you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. You know, James here writing to the followers of Jesus Christ back in his day, and he's writing about something that you and I may not be real excited to hear about, and that's trials and troubles and struggles. And James here is writing to them, and he's telling them, hey guys, don't be upset if you face trials. Consider it joy. Because what it does is it produces inside you something that you're going to need to have if you want to continue in the faith in Jesus Christ, and that's perseverance. You know, you and I, we may not face the kind of troubles and trials that they were facing back then. You know, this is after Jesus obviously had died and risen again. And then now they had, eventually they were originally scattered. Now they'd come back together. And now he's writing to them. And it says in the previous verse, in verse 1, all over that are scattered about. And he says this saying, hey guys, I know that there are persecution. There are stuff coming against us right now, but we have to persevere. We have to get through this, and we have to consider it joy, because you know what? We're going to need perseverance. You know, you and I, like I said, may not face the kind of troubles and trials. Now, there might be some of you that are watching or listening to this that are in a country or an area where there is persecution for your faith. And, we face some of that, and we've talked about that before, that, we are going to be persecuted, and there may be some persecution that we face simply because we're followers of Jesus Christ. But you know what? We need to count that all joy for a couple of reasons. One, because James says here that it produces perseverance. That, the more you are used to dealing with something, the better you get, the stronger in your faith you get, the more you say, I want to continue for Jesus Christ. Another reason is that it's something that we can celebrate that we have in common with our Lord. Jesus obviously was persecuted and went through many trials in his life and time here on earth. And then there's a verse in James that says this. Jesus says, you will have trouble in this world. He's very clear about that. But listen, he finishes saying this, but I have overcome the world. See, that's the thing. Jesus is always going to have our back. And we do need to consider this, that it's a testing and a proving of our faith when we say, you know what, that I am dealing with some trials, but I'm going to persevere for my faith in Jesus Christ. And your faith then gets stronger and stronger. It's kind of like when you work out, you go to the gym, you get that resistance, right, as you're lifting weights. And as you're lifting weights, the stronger you get, the bigger weight that you can lift, because you've already dealt and lifted those smaller things. The same thing goes for this testing and perseverance in our faith. The more trials that we go through, it's like that little weight that we're lifting, and then we graduate to the bigger weight, and then there isn't anything that we can't get through, because Jesus Christ is with us and we've persevered in the faith. So I want to encourage you in this. Persevere in the faith. Let us continue to do what God has called us to do and make our faith stronger, because we know that we are fighting and struggling for a cause that is worth it, and that cause is Christ. All right, that's it, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.